Hello, folks, and welcome. I'm Mr. Gamerman. I know what you're thinking. We know. We follow you. This is the whole point. But what you don't know is that I'm not actually live right now. You probably actually also know that. But, anyways, what you're about to witness is a little thing that I'm going to call Variety Gamer, and it's all pre produced. It's all a nice little video package that I prepared ahead of time. In the next hour, hopefully, you're going to see a game show. Kind of. You're going to see a world record attempt. You're going to see a flag redesign, and who knows, there may be some other things in between. But while I am off on this Thanksgiving break, I still wanted to provide you with some content. The stream's had a lot of momentum lately, and I don't want to let that momentum go to waste. So this is a little something I'm putting together so that people can still gather at their regularly scheduled gamer time, and hopefully, it'll make for some good post-debut content as well. I'm trying this because I'm going to be taking a break off for Christmas as well, and I'm wondering if this will be a good idea prior to my end of the year event, which of course will be the Gamerman End of the Year special. A little best of all the goofs and gaffs that have happened over the last 365 days. This wasn't a leap year. But first and foremost, I said there's going to kind of be a little bit of a game show, and for those of you who are normally in the stream, you know that we play some What Does It Weigh quite frequently. Now, unlike how we usually would do this game, I don't think there's going to be a bot involved, and at the end of the day, it's only going to be a singular round. I'm giving all of you one round to guess what does it weigh for one item. We're going to revisit on this item multiple times throughout the episode so that you can put your guesses in the chat. I'll go back and look through them, and if I happen to find a winner after this is all done, there may be a prize, there may not be. I really don't know how this is going to go, but you guys are going to be playing an hour-long contest of what does it weigh over a single item, and that's a stack of about 70 paper plates. We'll confirm that exact number for you in just a moment. I'll get them counted, and you'll know that before this goes on the scale. But folks, if you're in the chat and if you're watching, about 70 paper plates. What do they weigh? Ponder, pontificate, and propose your answers for a stack of 70 paper plates. I don't know if you can even tell that they're spinning right now. They are. They are spinning. If that's not coming through on the camera, it's happening. Anyways, first up on the list of things that you're going to be watching today is the flag redesign for the Minnesota State flag. Enjoy. Some of you may know with previous content on my channel that I also am a fan of Jack's films. I'm a fan of Scott Kramer, both of whom largely inspired my thought to be doing this. I want to take a look at these flags. Jack's films way back in the day had his flag redesign series, and I thought, man, that would be so much fun to do, but kind of in a more serious way. And then Scott has recently been tier listing flags and discussing flags, and granted, on his most recent video, I think he maybe took a note out of my playbook. You know, our subscribers tend to hang out in the same circles. They talk a lot, and he probably came across one of my redesign videos and was like, wow, I'm so inspired. I'll go ahead and just do what he's doing. But he recently did a video that's inspiring we're playing off of each other, really. He recently did a video that's inspiring my video today around the Minnesota flag, and that's what I would like to tackle today. Is instead of a city flag, we're going to go with a state flag, which is what he talks about in his video. I'll send some of my followers over to him, really give him some of that creator clout help. He could use it. Good kid, on the come up, definitely going to go places. Before we get to the Minnesota flag, let's do, as has been the case, let's do a flag revisit. And folks, I got egg on my face, and I am embarrassed. Some people noticed that I misspelled the city of San Bernardino on the flag. And look, mistakes happen, but if I'm going to call myself well-researched and, a vexillologist and a purveyor of city flags, then I got to get this right. So I'm just going to make a quick, simple, and easy change here. I can't believe I would make such a mistake, and personally, again, I am
embarrassed that it even happened, but at the same time, we have to be real with ourselves here. Mistakes happen. No one is perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this change right quick. Get ourselves back on track. There we go. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even be able to tell. All right, fix the San Bernardino flag. No need to revisit this flag ever again. So the Minnesota flag. This is, I think, very similar to the original San Bernardino flag. It has potential, but too much going on in the middle. You've got, look, Minnesota's the land of 1,000 lakes, not the land of one ocean, and that's what this is surrounding the seal in the middle. I mean, that's just an ocean of blue. In my opinion, that kind of lighter blue doesn't work well on flags. It disgusts me personally. I'm actually near vomit at this very moment. I watched Scott's video, and he makes a good analysis of the Vikings colors being used. In the video, for those of you who don't know, is submissions for the new Minnesota state flag. The state actually opened up to submissions, and surprisingly, nobody submitted something called Flaggy McFlagface, as you would expect the internet to do. Am I right? Maybe not. I don't know. Minnesota might still be using AOL dial-up. Maybe they haven't reached that level of memedom there, and to be fair, bless them if so. But a couple of the submissions dealt with the Minnesota Vikings color scheme, and I think I like the potential. I don't know if the execution is there, but I do like the potential because purple is a very underutilized color in flags. Purple and yellow. I mean, yellow like in terms of stars, but usually that would be accustomed to being referred to as gold from a color palette scheme. So I like the level of boldness. Let's get this camera more. We want that neck nice and centered. Anyways, I like the potential. So let's say that the Minnesota Vikings are going to be our inspiration for our color palette. We're going to go with, it looks like a royal purple. I'm going to call that like a blondish yellow and then white. Let's see if we can't execute with these colors some sort of flag. And another flag that is shown on the stream, or on his video, I apologize. I'm so used to being on Twitch that stream is the only word I know. Another thing that is brought up on the flag is, or design I should say, that is brought up on the flag, Minnesota's Scandinavian heritage, and there were some of those Scandinavian designs, which I actually think would be really, really bold of Minnesota to try and use. I mean, going with what is often seen as a country flag design, not only to represent the heritage of the people who immigrated to Minnesota back in the day, but also just for a state. I think that's a message. I think that's Minnesota saying we've got the power of those Scandinavian countries in our little finger. We can do what Iceland does in twice the amount of time. In half the amount of time. So let's get Jorgen the Vorgen out of there. I will be honest, I'm a Packers fan, so I don't care what the Vikings name is. Wait, no. Jorgen, come back. We need to grab your shade of yellow. Which, if you ask me, is looking pretty Packers yellow, but besides the point. And I'm doing this both to respond to Scott Kramer, doing this once again to call him out for not appearing on my hit game show, What Does It Weigh? Offer still on the table for charity. So this actually works perfect, to be honest. We're going to construct a flag out of other flags today, and that's the true beauty of what we're looking at here. So, what do you mean? Come on. I didn't want to hold that pen anymore anyways. Boom. And if you are fans of hit retro game NBA Jam, then you know what follows boom is the shakalaka. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, I don't like that at all. Even a maestro must be willing to admit when he is wrong, and boy, oh, okay. Let's flip the inverse. Let's flip the inverse. Oh, actually, that's kind of cool. What about this? Hold on. Okay, well let's. I like that more. Ooh, I actually kind of really like that. Yeah, yellow is the base. Okay, let's take our time. I've got an hour before flute lessons start up, so. Whoop. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm torn. We might have to go with two designs here just to test everything. I think that's my favorite one so far. I think I like that the most. It's unique in that I don't believe there are any of the Scandinavian flags that use Scandinavian flags. I don't believe any of them use a white middle. No, all the ones I'm looking at right now, none of them go. Or I'm sorry, Nordic flags. I say. Oh wait, hold on. No, there's is that Denmark? I think that's Denmark. How could I forget Denmark's flag? Yeah, okay. Denmark uses white in the middle. And I don't know if Minnesota had a high amount of Danish immigrants back in the day. Certainly they have a high amount of Danishes now, but I mean, let's pause for the cause here. Let's say I'm going to export this right now to keep it. And we'll say this is option A. I think, tell me right now that you would not see that flag postered at every single Vikings game. Every single Vikings game you would see that flag. No question, no shot. You know what? Okay. While we're making a bunch of designs, I mean, while we're just having a day of it, and I don't want this video to end so soon, right? But let's go ahead and yoink. All right, flag design A is on there. You know what? We'll also keep this as flag design B. I think that this itself, it's very boring, but I think this is a great boilerplate that people could use to build off of and make something better. I think this one makes it feel less like it's just something you're going to fly at a Vikings game. This is something you can really put around town. But you know what? Here's what we'll do with this one. What was yellow ever a Milwaukee Bucks color? Even if it's like a tertiary color. I think green and red are their main. Well, now it's green and cream. Yeah, it's green and cream. Their old one, so the 05 to 14 logo. God, I'm just not done with you. You are... Something about you makes me want to move to Minnesota. You are calling my name. Ring ring, hello, Minnesota. We now pronounce you man and state. You may now drink from one of our 10,000 lakes. The time has come that we must change. Let's go with, I believe Minnesota had a rather high amount of Norwegian immigrants. I mean, I think it comes from multiple countries, but I believe Norway is one of them. Is that right? That doesn't look... Oh, no, that's right. Okay. I'm just now realizing that the image that I'm editing right now was originally the Norwegian flag. I don't need to do this. I literally could just put the Norwegian flag back in there. Here's the point. Put it besides. So we'll go with red, but that's not Norway red. That's Milwaukee Bucks red. Because we are still trying to honor both its history and its current day. Now we're going to grab their shade of green. Very forest green for the time. Ooh, Santa Claus is coming to town, baby. The tertiary color of this era of Milwaukee Bucks. Oops, I didn't do something right. Did they change the color? No. Oh, I need another 9 in there. The tertiary color of that era of Milwaukee Bucks was gray. And that ruins it. That ruins it. Right? What's a boy to do? The white. Yeah, the white's good. The white's good, but that's. And you know what, to be fair, it's like Norway, Denmark, the color green. What if. Okay, so what if we go with that as the modern touch? What if we go with cream as the outline? Hashtag EEE 1C6. I like that. Yeah. Unique colors. Let's hold on. Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing real quick. Just because there's a chance that the inverse might look better. Right now I'm doubting it. Actually, oh my gosh. It looks like a present. Welcome to Minnesota. We're a freaking present. We're a treat. That looks like a wrapped present. Hold on a second. Oh god, that's beautiful. Gamer man, you absolute genius. This one needs a finishing touch. Okay, now, obviously, if I was going for like a real, super complete final design here, I'd get the color looking correct, but I gotta get going to flute practice here relatively soon, so we're just gonna leave it like that, but boom. Minnesota. Enough about the lakes already. Minnesota. Enough about the lakes already. Monte bene. So now we're going to go back to, I believe it was flag design C. And again, just as a way to diversify our portfolio and make sure that we're not just putting the same thing, the same submission multiple times over. All right, this is from a Minnesota Monthly magazine image. It's titled, headlined, 10 Quintessential Minnesota Lakes from Minnesota Monthly. Credit to Paul Vincent for taking the photo. And we're just going to slap that on there. We're going to make it claim an entire section of flag. Minnesota. Look at all those chickens. If you don't know the meme, that seems very random equals funny, and I apologize. No, okay, Minnesota. Look at all those lakes. And this is just in case... Ooh, wait, hold on. Look at all those Lakers. And this is Minnesota. Many people don't know. The Los Angeles Lakers were originally the Minneapolis Lakers. And I don't know if they were a different team before that. This is Minnesota going California. You've got two teams. You don't need them both. And the Lakers were originally ours. And we would like all of those championships to belong to our city. Despite the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks are the defending NBA champions right now. It's just a little bit lame. Oh, wait, no, the Denver Nuggets are. Holy cow, the Bucks winning the chip was 2 years ago. Remember when time didn't pass at the blink of an eye? Like, doink, oh, it's 2025 now. So, usually I have my trademark line of ship it when I'm done designing a flag. When I feel like I've done it, I've got it, And this was a fun one in that I never really felt so certain that one was the best option. Truly, Minnesota, I have given them variety, which is the spice of life. It's also a great spice for cheese Danish. But So here's where we started. I didn't even see. That's not, is that French? L'Étoile du Nord? Why is French on your flag referencing Nordic? What's that all about? That honestly, that idea. Why not just say it in some Nordic language? Pick one. L'Étoile du Nord, Star of the North. Oh, I guess it's. I guess it's not referencing. It's still weird that it's French. The only U.S. state motto in French. Well, hey man, I'm from Indiana. We got a lot of French history too. We've managed to make up for that by mispronouncing all the things they named around here. Lafayette? No, it's Lafayette. Terre Haute? Terre Haute. Trying to think of other French things. Vincennes? That one we might. Maybe that one we didn't mess up. Anyways, okay. So, I gave options. And let's go over the options for what we think would be a better replacement than the Minnesota State flag. Let's start with the original favorite that I still have a soft spot in my heart for, but I do think that as time went on, I got a little bit less interested in because it seems too based around the Minnesota Vikings. I definitely wanted that to be the inspiration, but I'm not just thinking like it looks good, it looks great, it looks amazing, but would that be something that you would fly and also want to associate with the state, or is that something that would quickly be too claimed by your sports team? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with borrowing, with sharing, with, co-inspiration, with having multiple meanings for one flag, but I don't want its application, which is to represent the state of Minnesota, to be overshadowed by a usually pretty crappy football team. Go Pack, go. Anyways, not that we have any room to speak this season. Yikes. This one. It's cool. There's just something more that needs to be done with it. But I don't know what. This looks like you were creating your, player profile banner in a video game, and you just couldn't be bothered to look at a color wheel to look at complementary colors. So, we've got the other Minnesota, and let me bring up. I guess we had multiple options for this one too. Let's bring up this version of it, which I think this is my winner. I think this is the winner of the day. Unique, applies to your background, does tribute your sports history, but in a way that is not necessarily front of mind. You're not going to look at this flag and go, oh yeah, go 2010 Bucks. That was the best year to be a Bucks fan. This one, I'm, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I like this one. Then, when you want to sub out for the holidays, hey, it's Christmas time. Put the text, shut about the lakes. Enough about the lakes. It's the holiday season. Happy holidays. You put a bow on it. You tell people you got to stop talking about the lakes for a little bit. And then maybe for New Year's, just for a little bit, you sub in this flag so you can remind people we do like those lakes though. I mean, we got about 14,000 of them. But we say 10,000 because back in the 1700s you couldn't count past that number. Let me know in the comments what you like. Do you think the original flag design is better? And are you a liar? Do you think I might be putting too much stake in that this one would be co-opted by sports fans more than the state? Why'd I even like this one? Christmas or holidays? The actual amazing version of it. And look at all those lakes. Cool. Do the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe. Scott Kramer, answer my challenge. Come be on What Does It Weigh?
44, 45, 46, 47, 44, 9, 50 exact. 50 exact. Well, folks, it turns out we've used more of these paper plates than I thought, as it was not 70, it's 50. I bought the pack originally at 80. I thought we'd only use 10. Turns out we've used 30. Where does the time go? It's 50 paper plates. Does that change your answer? Better comment now, or else I don't know. Folks, as we await the results of What Does It Weigh coming up in a bit, it wouldn't be a variety show if it weren't actually filled with some variety. How about of the musical type? Now, with a rendition of his hit song Sadness in A minor, Mr. Lamer Man.
1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Next up, I used to do quite a bit of world record-esque content, and well, I figure let's give it another go. What you're about to be seeing is me trying to set a world record in lawn mowing simulator. Mr. Gamerman, I pass it off to you.
Alright folks, this is my second take on this recording, and to be honest, if it doesn't come out the way I would like it to, it'll probably be my last one. But to put it simply, I've been playing a lot of lawn mowing simulator recently. As a matter of fact, I've just got done playing about 40 minutes worth of it to record for the special, the Gamerman Thanksgiving special. But I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to try to get a world record in lawn mowing simulator. If you look on speedrun.com, there's one person who has all the records except for one of them, and that's just not going to fly in my gamer book. We need to diversify their record portfolio, and we're going to do that by adding my name to the pantheon. So I'm a little warmed up. I clocked a 8-minute 30-second run, and I think a 7:45. So those would both be fourth place finishes. If we can get a sub 6 minute, which I don't think I'm there yet, but we'll see. The world record, I believe, for Kingsbury House Garden is 5 minutes and 6 seconds. You got to get going. You got to get going. So I want to try and come in under 20. Yeah. Essentially under 23. So the recommended cut time, the timer is going to count down from 28 minutes to 0. I want to try and have this done, finito, or at least 99.5% done by the 23-minute mark, which is, I mean, that's going to be a tough ask and a tall tale, but the timer will officially start when I get control of my character, and we'll go from there. So here we go, folks. Gamerman world record attempt on its way. Alright. Now, I made this joke endlessly the first time I recorded this, but it is fair to say, it's valid to say this again. I'm gonna just absolutely wreck this person's yard. I mean, this lawn is done for. Several flowers that might be cherished family memories, they're going bye-bye. You're gonna see the word penalty up in the top right corner of the screen pretty much this entire recording, and that's because I am not doing my job. They wanted this lawn cut, and unfortunately for them, they did not know that I would be out here trying to set world records for quickest time mowing a lawn. One thing that I need to learn to do is be a little bit less of a lead foot. I do have a tendency to keep my foot on the gas, and you know, as a race car driver, that probably makes sense, but sorry, that makes no sense if you're just hearing this for the first time going, wait, you're a race car driver? No, I play Trackmania, and I race in Trackmania, like in the TMFL League, for those of you who may be, essentially for the moderator who's going to see this. The moderator is going to be like, man, why'd you have to include me in your live stream that you're doing? Well, mod, you know, I don't make the rules. You do, actually, specifically. I can't believe I derailed my own train of thought. I don't remember what it was I was talking about. Alright. Whoa, see, that's what I'm talking about. You get a little bit too unruly. Oh yeah, all these guys' flowers that I'm completely destroying. Yeah. So, in this game, when it comes to speedrunning, it's not about respecting the person who hired you's lawn. You know, at the end of the day, they're going to take me to court for failure to accurately provide a service. And, oh, that's going to be a time waster. That's going to really cost me. And deservedly so. I am committing crimes against humanity to this person's lawn. I gotta slow down a bit. I gotta recover. This happened to me last time where I hit a post or a bird bath, and I ended up just going all willy-nilly. I was missing some marks. I was costing myself a lot of time because I was just going wild with the machine. We got to bring it back here. We're past 50% done, but I only have about 2 minutes remaining if I'm gonna try and make an attempt at a world record here. And I mean, if we're being honest, it just doesn't look like it's in the cards for this run. I may take a second stab at it because this is so far, and y'all will never know because I said screw it to the first 2 clips that I recorded of this. But this is a much better. Man, that zigzag pattern actually seems like it would do a lot of good. I erased my first recording of this because the game volume, which is just this one same obnoxious guitar solo on loop. I say that, but it probably was like the creator of the game who recorded it, or it's some, you know, free soundbite that they took off the internet. But the volume was too loud. I didn't double check it before I hit the record button. I just kind of let it go. Alright, let's do a run around here, and then we'll get back to that. Just gonna absolutely annihilate your flower bed. Sorry about that, Mr. and/or Mrs. Johnson. Catch that rogue. Clean the trim up here. And then try and finish this off right now. Is it 23:34? Okay, yeah, so the world record is seeming out of reach this run. But that's okay. At least in my eyes, it looks like this is going to be an improvement over previous attempts, so... Yeah, I would need to finish in the next 10 seconds to set a world record, which, not to be too negative on myself here, but I don't think is going to happen. Right now, we settle for a PB. Right now, we settle for a personal best. Which, to be fair, also might not happen. That post hit honestly probably cost me a full 5 seconds. You know, when you're talking world record runs, that'll do it. Oh, well, okay. I meant to keep on the brakes there. Although, you know what? That actually isn't a bad idea, just continuing to hit the circle. I meant to keep on the brakes there and back up, but I accidentally put my finger back down on the gas. So, no dice there. And now here, we're pretty much just going and cleaning up any patches we can find. 98.8, I still need 0.6% to finish. Yeah, I left a lot of patches around here. Reverse back over to that. There's some right there. Get that one. And then you know what? This right here might be enough to bring it home. There. Okay. 21:14. So the math there, 28:14 minus, or no, I'm sorry, 28 minus 21:14. Wait, 28 minus 21:14. That's looking at. You know what? Let's do a time calculator instead of a regular calculator. How about that? 28 minutes. Minus 2114. 646. That's a PB. That is a PB, and we'll take it. And you know what? It's worth potentially a second run. You guys won't have seen this because this is my... I'll cut out all the previous stuff, but I'm about to try my 5th attempt here. Just at the start. Just to trying to get a really good start. Because I keep messing up starting the throttle. There we go. It seems to me that the most important part... I'm going to try and talk a little bit less, and for those of you who watch me, you know that this will be a struggle. Not because I love the sound of my own voice, but because when I'm streaming or recording myself for stuff that's going to be put on stream, I struggle with the concept of not talking because I think that the audience will find it boring. But it seems like your first perimeter cut is possibly the most important thing in getting off to a good run. And I'm trying my hardest not to just value, you know, being quick. I'm trying to value accuracy because at the end of the day, if you're being inaccurate with your cut, you're gonna have a bad time, okay? Or whatever Mr. Mackey would say. I don't know. I've watched like 2 episodes of South Park ever. But right now, I think even just the fact that I'm more in control of it, like I feel far more in control of this vehicle than the previous one, has got me feeling pretty good about this run. I'm about to hit, I'm a minute and a half in. We're looking at a quarter done by a minute and a half. You know what, we're gonna back up. Just get this as done as possible before we move on. There we go. That seems like a solid plan. I'm also trying a new, meta seems not like the word to use, but method, there you go, how about that, of conquering one part of the yard at a time before moving on to the next and seeing if that'll help me out at all here. Again, I think it's 5 minutes and 6 seconds, I think is what I'm looking for in terms of a world record here. Could be wrong. I'd have to verify my facts, Your Honor. Alright, moving on. Missed a chunk at the beginning there, but we'll see. All my mistakes seem to be pretty concentrated to one area, so there's a pretty good chance that I could just, you know, go back to it at the end there with a little penalty. Oh, come on. Man. That's a run killer, right? Well, that's a run killer right there, too. Did it twice. Like I said, that right there is evidence that your perimeter cut is the most important cut of a run, because it's where you're most likely to run into outlier objects. At least most regularly, I should say. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and loop it back around this way. We're gonna go well, I guess we're going clockwise now. We were going counterclockwise all the times previous. Ooh, missed a chunk there. Left a big chunk there. I don't suppose it matters too much. Time-wise, we're seemingly lacking right now. Might be able to get that back on the recovery. Let's see here. 4 minutes in. Just shy of 75% at 4 minutes in. I just need 99.5%, so that last 0.5% we don't really have to factor into our time here. So, I mean, this doesn't seem like the worst possible result. I'm seeing a lot of spots that I'm going to have to get on maybe a final go-around here. If I'm lucky, I will only need to get a little bit here in this final segment. I won't have to go back over to the other side of the yard and try and recover any of those patches. Now, actually, on my next time around, I could go wide and try and get some of the loose parts that I left. That's an idea. Five minutes in. This is an improvement, I think, but not by much. Overall, I'm probably going to be kicking myself on those time penalties, and there's definitely probably a faster way for me to mow this lawn. But accuracy seemed to be way more on top of things here. 99.2. Oh, hold on a second, actually. 99.3. Oh man, I'm gonna miss out just because I don't. Oh, hold on. Yeah, right here, right here, right here. Oh, that should have been it. That should have been it. Oh, give me the 99.5. Okay, 21.52. I mean, that's an improvement though. That's a big improvement, actually. 28 minutes to 21.52. That's 6.8. So I need to knock off one more minute. Those two times hitting the lamppost probably cost me a sub 6. That, and then just, I think towards the end there, I might have been getting a little high on my own supply, thinking I could do better and miss some spots there. But man, we made progress. The Tiger King 2 or whatever the crap this thing's called. The Titanium Tiger, Tony the Tiger. This might be my vehicle of choice. I'm losing 3 miles an hour, but the accuracy that I'm getting on it is way better. It might be a good starter vehicle. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed the speed runs. When I'm back and able to do this again live, I will. Until then, folks, back to you, Mr. Gamer Man.
Well, that just about does it. It's time for us to get the results of What Does It Weigh and, well, head on our merry way home. But, folks, your last chance. 50 paper plates left over from our Friendsgiving. What do they weigh? Well, only time will tell, and that time is right now. Get your guesses in with like 5 seconds to spare as I slowly am going to lower these plates onto the scale. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The plates go on, and it sinks deep to about 26.2 ounces. If you guessed 26.2 ounces, or if you were the closest to it, celebrate for yourself in the chat right now. Hopefully I'll be able to find you afterwards, and maybe there will be some type of prize associated. I can't tell because I've never done this before, so not promising anything. I hope this wasn't a complete waste of time. But whether I'm lost or whether I'm found, it doesn't matter because we're out of time, folks. You've enjoyed the first and hopefully not last edition ever of Variety Gamer. Was it fun? You tell me. Leave your comments in the Twitch chat right now. Leave them in my Discord. Find this video on YouTube and tell me what you thought of it. If this all works out, there will be more Variety Gamer to come in the future. Until then, I'm Mr. Gamerman. And don't forget to get your 6 to 8 hours of government-mandated sleep a night. I'll see you when I'm back from Thanksgiving. Goodbye, y'all.